Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video and a new Android video, yay! In this playlist, it will be a playlist, I will make tutorials about Jetpack Compose and go through the basics basically. So actually everything you need to make new Android UIs in 2021. So in case you live behind a rock and you don't know what Jetpack Compose is, that is just a new way of designing native Android apps using Kotlin. So no more XML. That was terrible in my opinion. It was really not much fun and it made things so complicated because so often you didn't know, should I put that in the XML file? Should I create a drawable file? Should I put that into our themes file? All that were things we don't need to worry about anymore. Because now we design our Android apps in Kotlin, now we write the business logic in Kotlin, so we now do everything in Kotlin. And in case you still use Java and you don't know Kotlin and you want to learn native Android development, then I must say the right point to actually learn Kotlin was a year ago, but because a year ago is already a year ago, the right point is now. So if you're really serious with Android development, then learn Kotlin. I have a great playlist for that, so just check it out. If you know Java, it's really a matter of a week or 2 weeks maybe to switch from Java to Kotlin. And because Jetpack Compose is very new, it's not included in stable Android Studio. So what we need to do is we need to download Android Studio Canary. So the Canary version of Android Studio is just kind of an experimental version. So the Android team will just publish their changes, their new features first into this Canary channel, so people can try it out, can leave feedback before they will actually publish it for the stable channel. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean Jetpack Compose is not stable yet, because it is in beta now. A very long time it was in alpha, and alpha means there can be a lot that changes, and here you can mark the words. The Google team themselves say beta also means API stable. We won't change or remove APIs. I will give them a month, but this sounds pretty good. So actually I think that is now the right moment to make videos about Compose. A long time I didn't want to, because I didn't want to make videos that are deprecated within 2 or 3 weeks. But now that sounds pretty cool, so I will make this playlist here. If you don't have Canary Android Studio, you click on this link here. I will actually put this in this video's description. You will be linked to this site. You can download the beta build, which we don't want because Compose is not included in that yet. You want to download the Canary build here. And depending on when you watch this video, I record this here in April 2021, you might also already find Jetpack Compose in stable Android Studio. Then you don't need to do all this. Then you can just use stable Android Studio. But make sure to download this. That will be a zip file. And when you unpack that, it will basically look like this here. So you unpack that zip file, open this, and then you go to the binary folder, the bin folder. Scroll down, and here this Studio 64 file is what you want to start. That is just Android Studio then, so with all these new features, including Jetpack Compose. If you use a 32-bit system, you need to launch this file instead, I guess. Yeah, but I think most will actually use a 64-bit system in 2021. And when you launch that file, then this dialog will open up. Here we just want to create a new project for now. So we click on New Project. And you can see that might look a little different from stable Android Studio, because here in the project or in the activity dialog, in the activity tab, we have an option to choose an empty Compose activity. That is what we want to choose here. Clicking Next, you can give your application a name. I will give it Compose Course YouTube. Package name is fine. Language Kotlin, of course, and that is fine as well. Clicking Finish, taking it to this screen, and there we go. That is now an empty Compose project, which will just take a few hours to finish building. So see you. So when Gradle is done, you might see this main activity. So we still have an activity that is quite the same as before, but you will notice that this looks quite different from what you know, what we had on stable Android Studio, what we had on XML. You can also see, if we go to our resource folder, there is no layout folder anymore because we don't have XML files anymore. The way we will now design the UI of our native Android apps is using Kotlin, as I said. And you can see we have our onCreate function, which will just be called when our activity is created. And in that function, we have that setContent function. So you remember, before Compose, we had setContentView. That was used to assign a layout resource ID, so an XML layout, to our activity. We don't have views anymore because in Compose we speak of composables. What we called view before is now a composable, and you can see that here this function greeting is annotated with @composable. Oops. And that is actually now what was a view before in Android. So to define UI now in Android, we simply write functions in Kotlin, and we annotate these functions with @composable. So what we try to do here is we try to separate our UI into single components. If you come from web development, if you come from Flutter or whatever, then you will probably know that concept. It's basically separating the UI into components that makes it very reusable. So if we consider Android Studio here, you might make this project list a composable. You might make each individual item of that project list a composable, so you can reuse that over and over again without having all that boilerplate code we had in XML, because there we just needed to copy a view if we wanted to have it like 5 times. Now with Compose, we can define how that view looks like just once and reuse that. So let's actually see how that works. I will remove this theme here, that whole block. We don't want to worry about this for now. I'll just remove it. And since this is a function, that composable, we can call it here in this setContent function. So not composable, of course. We want to call greeting here. And we need to specify the name. So that function just has a parameter here for the name. And I'll just write Philipp here like this. And what this will do is it will call that greeting composable function. And that greeting composable function, it contains a text. So that text is also composable, which is built in Android Studio, which is built in the Jetpack Compose framework. And well, guess what? It's used to display a text. And that text will be hello and whatever we put into the name variable. So in my case, Philipp. So let's launch our app here in our emulator and wait some hours again. And when that build is finished, we can open up our emulator and you can see here's our text, hello Philipp. So that is essentially how that works. Of course, that is super simple now, but in this playlist we will dive into quite more complex examples. You will learn how to build layouts with Compose and just how to do everything you did before with Android views, how you can do that now with Compose, and how you can make your UIs just look much better than before in a much easier way. And you also, by the way, don't always need to launch your app here to see what you did. You can also see there is a default preview function which Android Studio generated for us. And with that function, well, you also guessed it, we can preview our composable. So you can see we wrap that greeting composable into our theme. We could also just, let's remove it. Just display our greeting composable. And you can see in the top right, we can now split our code and the design tab. And this design tab will display the preview here that you annotated with preview. And as you can see, here is hello Android, because for the preview we passed Android as the name. And also when we update this, if we write Philipp here, then the preview is out of date. We need to build and refresh, but sometimes it actually updates that live. I don't know why we need to rebuild this now, but sometimes it actually does that live. So let's try again. Let's see, it's still building. Hello Philipp, and change it back to Android. And now it changed it live. So that's cool. So in the end, every activity now has its own set content function here, which just has all the components, all the composables it should actually draw. The actual components and composables, we will actually put these into these Kotlin functions. And of course, we can put these into single files to structure our project in a nice way. So I hope you like this introduction to Jetpack Compose, and I will hope that you will also follow my next videos about this, where we will actually make a cool looking UI and just dive deeper into all these composables. And yeah, that you just learn how all that works. Thank you for watching this far. If you like to see more advanced Android courses, check out the first link in this video's description. It will lead you to my website, where you will find paid premium courses that will take your Android skills to the next level. Other than that, I wish you a nice day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.